back.
Hi, guys.
After yesterday's program.
Yes, the Metallica.
How great was Tony Dan? I felt really bad not talking to him. He seemed amazing, right?
He was fun. He's a
fun
nice
dude, man.
He's just a
How
nice
would you know?
guy.
You left us.
I know. I had him for a
You left
few
us.
all day I thought of what interview he liked me in. It probably wasn't even me. It was probably Patton Oswalt. Fucking someone else.
You left us to try to get the Metallica picture.
Yeah, I had to play that one out.
A lot of people don't know what happened.
Even know what happened, yeah.
Because they might not follow us on Twitter, or maybe they didn't listen to the after show yesterday. We kind of left them hanging on the regular show.
I didn't even address it on Twitter.
When I walked out of here, was there a hustle and a bustle out in the lobby area? It was very crowded. There's something had just happened. It looked like people were talking. And I saw Florentine there, and he was talking with
young Sam Roberts was out there, and Club Soda Kenny and Roland, and everyone was on high alert and very, very nervous.
And from everybody that I had spoken to as I was leaving, the scuttlebutt in the lobby was all about Jimmy Norton.
That's right. They weren't nervous because Metallica was in the building. They were very nervous because they were all trying to get Jimmy's picture with Metallica.
And it had already happened or not happened.
Right.
But that's what everyone was talking about. When I walked up, I saw Florentine. He was standing there, and he looked at me, and he just shook his head. He shook his head no, and just went, oh, like it didn't happen.
It did not happen.
Yes.
So walk us through it after you left during the Tony Danza.
Well, I didn't know how long they'd be in Howard Studios, so we were hanging outside. I just wanted to, preparedness, like a good Boy Scout.
Yes.
I wanted to be prepared. And there was just a lot of standing around and speculating. There was, there wasn't much that could be done until they walked out of the. I didn't want to just stand there and look at Howard's studio. So I was standing back a little bit, but I was like looking into the fishbowl. But the reflection, I could see the door. So this way I looked like I was casually chatting.
That's not crazy at all.
No.
That's
Jim,
normal
actually,
behavior.
we had left during a break to take a piss or whatever, and Jim was the only one in here. And Sam handed Jimmy some copy, and Jim is reading the commercial. As he's reading the spot, he's scrolling through his phone, waiting for that text to come through.
Have to be there.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So it was paramount.
I knew this one wouldn't. I mean, it was. I wasn't pissed about it though because people tried to make it happen. It wasn't like anybody was a dick about it. It was one of those things where they all just came in separately.
Yeah.
And they all just left separately.
Well, sure.
But
I guarantee they don't hang out anymore.
Who was the first guy to leave?
Kirk Hammett. So as soon as I was standing out there.
When you saw Kirk, though, leaving, were you thinking like, I gotta keep him?
I knew, though. Because when Kirk, it wasn't like, when Kirk Hammett walked out, he's walked out with this he's a big bald guy. I forget his name. He works for them. Who I've seen a million times with them. He's always with Kirk or James. He's got a big goatee. He's a big boy. And when I saw him walking Kirk out, I knew they were going right down the elevator. He waved at people.
Asshole.
Yeah, but it was like the guy's just leaving, and then so I just said fuck it, and I just went and got my stuff in here. And when I came out, James had just left. Like, you just missed James. I'm like, I didn't care about seeing them individually.
Right.
And then I went to hop in the elevator, and Rob Trujillo got on the bassist. So I wound up talking to him, and he's just a great guy. So I appreciated people trying. And what are you gonna do? I didn't feel that bad because there's no way I could have. It was like no one was a dick about it.
Right.
It wasn't like they took a bunch of pictures and just didn't include little Jimmy.
Yeah.
Are you relieved today, though?
Although
now that it's over officially,
I'll tell you what made me.
Because you've been working on this for about 3 days.
But I got the picture. Roland sent me the picture last night that we all took. And and it bummed me out that James wasn't there.
It's so obvious it's a wasted picture. I saw mine. I'm like, without it,
because it's a beautiful picture.
It's
a fucking beautiful picture. Like, they took the series, whoever did photography, took beautiful fucking photos.
I saw the Sam Roberts one.
Let me see it.
Lars'
that's
head.
a perfect photo. I mean, of course, James is in there, but that's how you want a band photo.
I tweeted it last night. Lars' head is turning into the bad guy from Tango and Cash. The big jaw guy.
Yes.
He really is. And only love for Sam Roberts in that picture.
Yeah.
I heard AIDS, you're a mutant. Plenty of love from the fans.
Oh, that's nice.
AIDS!
And it's always, it always hurts when men don't find it attractive.
Yes. Whenever men have a problem with your looks, your hair, your shoes, your clothes,
anything.
Oh, it really just busts me up.
It's just a little creepy.
Yeah. We had our own run-in with, not run-in, but
Oh boy,
our James Hetfield sighting.
Oh boy,
when we went downstairs, me and Ope went downstairs, and there was a fan standing there, and he had some pictures and whatnot. And he goes, "Oh, guys, big fan. Can I take a picture?" And he had a buddy with him, so he hands his buddy the camera.
We were feeling good.
Oh yeah,
like look at us getting recognized, and someone wants our picture.
Yeah. We stand there, ready to snap, and he goes, "There's James," and it goes, "Whoa!" and runs off.
he goes, "I gotta get James.
And he walks up to James. He's like, "James, could you just sign this?" And James is just like, not even acknowledging him, just walking.
I don't like that at all, man, and I'll tell you why. There was no one else around. I've seen it a bunch, and we're lucky enough to be in this spot where we see celebrities leave, and they're leaving in an area where there's no real fans around at all. I mean, outside the building is a whole different story.
Dude,
this guy happened to be in the lobby, and it would have taken James fucking 5 seconds tops to take a quick picture with this guy. And not only did he not take the picture, he just kept walking, and he was kind of just nodding at the guy, but more like looking for the door and get the fuck out. I saw Lady Gaga do that shit and a few others. It's like I saw Miley Cyrus do that.
Did you think
because we leave with a lot of the celebrities because everyone's ending at the same time?
Was that guy seemed like an eBay guy.
That's what I was going to ask you. And
he didn't seem like, because he had pictures in his hands, a folder.
Whatever.
A folder?
Yeah, they got a lot of those guys.
Man, whatever. If we are lucky enough to be that famous, I don't give a fuck. Someone makes a few bucks on eBay off our photograph.
Yeah, I think a lot of those guys hate them. Like, I think they don't.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they just hate them.
Yeah, they hate them.
He was looking for a picture though. So that's
was he?
Yeah, I heard signed. Someone told me he tried to get James to sign. I heard that story about James. I didn't hear about you guys.
Then me and Anna standing there.
We watch him run after James a little, and then we're just like...
And we're like, fuck this.
Fuck this guy.
We ain't waiting around.
So he didn't get a James picture or signature, and he didn't get our picture. Right. Fuck him. We just left at that point.
We're like, fuck, we're not waiting around now as he tries to get something off Hetfield.
Waiting with our arms still out for him to come in there so they're around him.
Look, a lot of celebrities do that. I don't like it. I've seen it with my own eyes, and, I'm sure they have their reasoning. Yeah. Their reasons, whatever, but... It's just, I don't know, man. I understand, like, if they're walking through like a busy area and they stop, that could be a problem because then everyone's like, oh fuck that, who's that? Oh fuck, I need a picture too. Then it becomes everyone starts swarming. But when you know it's only one or two guys and no one else is around, I don't see what the harm is really.
I heard on the Sam Roberts after show yesterday that. Jim Florentine was on it, and Jim said every time the Howard area door opened, he saw like flashes going off from people taking pictures with Metallica.
But it might not have been Metallica. Like I'm sure they took band pictures.
Yeah.
But after that show ended, because I think Scott knows Lars pretty well, because Lars was the last one out, and then after James left, it was Trujillo left. And then Lars was still in there when I left. So I imagine they were back there all talking. I don't imagine they were just standing there for long taking a bunch of Metallica pictures. And if they were, they were. But I have no access to that area. I don't feel...
Which is crazy.
Nah, you know what? I don't know Howard. I mean, we've chatted briefly in the hallway. That doesn't... I don't expect to be brought back to his studio by one of his people.
Family.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect that.
We're supposed to be one big happy family where we try to take care of each other from time to time, Yeah. Oh, that's right. It's all about him,
and we're supposed to,
always will be.
We're supposed to show that loyalty for the company, and we're told a lot of times, it's not good for the company if you lambast them or go off on this or do that. And it's like, okay, but there's nothing that is put on the other side. Like when they have guests over there and they keep them long so we don't get them. If we ever did that, they'd be hell to pay. There's a double standard, obviously, with both of the shows, and I think one of them is the fact that. We would get shit on and not have an opportunity to maybe just walk through that sacred fucking door into the Wizard of Oz and fucking take a picture with Metallica. It's crazy. That fucking door is like...
it's pure lunacy, man.
Right?
I didn't
pure
ask,
fucking lunacy.
It's not like I asked Gary Delabate and he said no either. I didn't. I asked Ron Zapin as he walked in, and he actually walked in and asked Metallica's people. But
did he ask?
Yeah, I think he did.
As soon as he closes that door behind you, then he can make believe he asked.
Nah,
I'm just saying that's a possibility.
Hey, going to Gophers?
Right.
Got any extra tickets? What, are you crazy? Yeah, I talked to my manager, and he's going to take $100 off that True coat. He did not.
He might, no, because he went and he knew who to ask for. And I think he would just, if you don't want it to come back that you didn't do something, why wouldn't he? Yeah. If he didn't, he did. But I mean, whatever. I think people did make the effort, and I appreciate the effort.
But he's in The Wizard of Oz.
Yes, the Wizard.
Yeah.
Pay no attention to the man behind that door with a fist on it.
And the wizard himself is starting to look like an old aunt.
Auntie M.
Auntie M.
Auntie H. Auntie H. Auntie H.
I think he's wearing girls' clothes now.
Is it?
Yes.
That scarf was a little weird.
I think officially he's wearing girls' clothes.
Grandma's scarf was a little weird.
Yeah, a little strange. There might be a picture floating around where he looks like an ant.
Yeah.
A little frilly. A bit frilly for my taste. E-Rock, you handed me a note over here. Is this your handwriting?
Yes.
What is this?
Well, we found out after the after show from several people in the hallway that I guess while Jim was waiting in the lobby to find out what was going on with Metallica,
right?
At one point, Metallica wasn't even in Howard's area. They were in the hallway over here in Jose's office, just hanging out.
All of them?
All of them. And then Kurt went back in through Howard's compound through the back end, got his bag, and that's when he left. The other guys were still over in Jose's office.
The whole band was in Jose's office?
That's what was said to me after,
Wow. I didn't know. And Jose knew we were looking, but I don't know if he knew I was.
I don't know. But that's what we found out when everything was done and we walked back to the office.
You're usually pretty good with details, Jimmy. You're usually pretty good with details.
Wow.
Walked by Jose's office, the whole band's in there. Hey, Jose, what's up? Oh, hey, guys, you mind if I get a pic? And then you sit there.
Oh, fuck, I wish I would have known that. No, I didn't know.
Hey, if we knew, we would have said something, but...
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have told Jimmy that.
You missed Tony Danza.
Yeah, he was really cool.
Yeah, it was just a whole musical thing.
How did he react when half the room left?
It was so funny. Right in the middle of the conversation, Jimmy gets up to leave,
cool.
and he just goes, "Oh, Metallica."
Yeah,
he knew.
You even got Tony Danza involved.
He knew. Tony Danza was nervous.
Right.
Yeah, he was cool.
I'm looking at my almost Metallica picture right now.
Yeah,
it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I
mean, they're all superstars in their own right, but you know, when you're in a group thing, why did it download this instead of the actual picture?
Oh boy,
fuck!
What happened there?
I don't know. Where's the picture?
It's fun though. You get to pretend you're the fourth guy.
That is true. It's almost like taking a picture with the cardboard cutouts, and you're the singer. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That's
what. Just Photoshop James in there somewhere.
It doesn't
Get
matter.
a picture off of Google.
Yeah.
Fucking just crop it out.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it'd be beautiful.
Let's see.
He's tall. You could just put him behind everybody.
Yes.
So cheesy.
Huh?
That'd be so cheesy if somebody actually did that.
Do that. Fuck it. Fuck. And then downstairs, I guess
Jimmy?
That's irritating. If the whole band was in Jose's office and no one says anything, like, ugh.
They should say something. They should have said something.
Yeah,
of course. We all knew that you needed the picture.
Yeah,
everyone was on high alert.
Tell them.
Is that true?
Yeah, I heard that.
What were they doing in there?
Saying hi, I guess. I don't know. They told me after I got off the air, like at 11:30 in the morning, they said, they came to say hi to Jose, and they were all hanging out in his office.
Who knows if it was the whole band or if it was fucking...
They said it was a band. I mean, I don't know. Like, obviously, I didn't see it because I was at the end of the lobby, but...
Was it the whole band?
Because they said, Howard's got that back door.
Yeah.
So they went through his back door, hung out in Jose's office for a sec.
Sexy.
And then went back through the back door and around.
Don't you have another opportunity?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
Nope, that's it.
That's it.
That is it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Not good.
No.
It does suck.
Yeah, it does. I knew that, right? But that one I kind of saw coming, though. That one I was like, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, you could tell the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't really know anybody well in their area. Like, I don't know their individual managers or the band's manager. I don't know any of the people I would need to know to walk right up.
Should be able to. We're in the same fucking building.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Amazing.
What are you going to do?
Life goes on.
Life goes on, right?
Life must go on.
And then, of course,
you didn't get a Tony Danza picture.
I already have one from years ago at NEW.
Oh, perfect.
And And then I have a big cum stain on my shirt. I forgot. I didn't have it with me to get signed. I thought they did. But I remember as NEW, I had a giant load on my stomach.
Yeah.
What, when you got the Tony Danza picture?
The black shirt, you could see it like it's a washed out load stain.
Were you edging?
No, that was a full batch.
No.
And I hate playing those things out on the air because the fans I know, some of them like it.
Awesome.
No, but some of them like it and some of them hate it.
Really?
Yeah, I know some of them do.
Well, you know what? That's just how it goes.
With everything.
But I wound up in a Twitter battle yesterday.
Over this?
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
This is just how it goes. They're just assholes.
As soon
as you accept that they're assholes, you can sleep better.
I get a tweet from some girl because it was a cancer benefit for this fan that they've been asking me to do.
Right.
And me and Levy had texted about it, but I don't know if I'm going to be in New York. It's on a Saturday afternoon, the October the 19th here in New York, and I just don't know if I'm going to be there. So I guess I didn't see the emails from a couple of the fans.
Oh boy.
So this girl goes on Twitter and says, like Jim Norton's fanboy is disgusting. He does something. I'm paraphrasing. He doesn't even care about a guy with cancer or something. It was like some real cunty thing.
What, trying to connect the two?
Well, just saying, like, I care too much about a Metallica photo, but not about a fan who has cancer.
You should get cancer. You should only get cancer.
That's a stretch because, like we have to say this. Jimmy's done a lot of good and a lot of charity gigs.
But it was just like,
that's just not fair, man.
So I say something like, you're a twat. I said, I didn't even, she's like, oh, you could answer the email. I'm like, I didn't see the emails, you twat, in a private message on Twitter. And then she posts the private message, which you always know that could happen. And then says, look what I just got for Jim Norton. So she makes it public. So I blast her back publicly. And then she's like, oh, he's trying to rally the troops. It's like, you fucking bitch. You blast me publicly. Then I send you a private message. Then you post it again publicly. And then I address you publicly. And now I'm trying to...
Now you're trying to rally the troops.
And then everyone's telling me, no, she's not a cunt. She's just worried about her friend.
Really?
And it's like, look, you white knights. She was shitty. And I blasted her for being shitty. That she was shitty to me for no fucking reason, and they're like, "Well, she really likes you." It's like, well, then you know what? Well, then I'd act like it, and don't be a shithead publicly for no fucking reason.
Fuck her, bitch.
I addressed it with Bob Levy. I don't have an answer yet. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know where I'm going to be. I'm trying to book. I just booked Rochester for the end of October. So there's 1 week in October that's open. It's that weekend. And as of now, I'm in New York, but I'm trying to fill it because I'm warming up for a Dice gig. So I want to make sure that I'm on the road those 2 weeks.
You're going to Rochester when?
I literally just booked it yesterday.
Well, if you go, I go. Period.
Whatever. The thing is, I think it's the last.
Not around Halloween, though, right?
No.
All right. We're going to do this.
But it's amazing how...
I got a Rochester weekend in my plan.
These fucking fans want to tell you what great big fans they are and how they follow you. And I realize I'll never unblock another person on Twitter.
No.
Never. Because the guy yesterday, one of the white knights, why'd you block me? Because, they all want to at-mention you. It's like, you can shit-talk me, but don't at-mention me because I don't search my name out. I search out my at-mentions. So if you at-mention me, you're saying something to me. So you want me to react or you want me to hear it. So,
I love a good block.
But I've unblocked a lot of people.
Blocking me? I don't unblock.
I won't anymore.
I think I've given 1 or 2 reprieves over the course of it, and that was because it was a blatant error. Like I hit the wrong fucking block thing, and they were able to convince me of that. But because at whatever point during when I was reading Twitter, I decided to block someone, I was pissed at them. And no matter how much time goes by or anything.
Right.
Blocked.
Twitter's evil.
It is evil.
I'm tweeting less.
It's such there's a lot of
I'll wait for the next fun thing.
Nastiness there. Yeah, the next fun thing.
I don't mind the nastiness, but then they apologize and then you unblock them and then like this douchebag from Long Island. Hey, dude, really sorry. It's like, okay, cool. And then they do it again. It's like, why would I have unblocked this asshole to begin with? He's just a twat.
That's how they are. That's what type of people they are. So you don't fucking unblock them.
So this girl, everyone's sticking up for her, saying she's a nice girl, that she just had her friend's really sick with cancer. Look, the benefit's October 19th. I don't know the details yet. I know Levy's doing it. Colin might be doing it. I just don't. It's here in the city. It's in the afternoon. It's from like 2 to 5 p.m. But here's a word of advice. If you want to get a thing where you can guarantee comedians in advance, don't hold it on a Saturday afternoon. That's when our road work is.
Everyone has gigs.
A lot of, it's harder.
You got to do it during the week.
It's harder to know where I'm going to be on a weekend.
Yeah.
I just booked a benefit in February on a Tuesday because chances are I'll be here unless it's a TV show, like Leno or something. But for fucking a weekend, it's really hard to commit to that because I don't know if I'm going to be gone or not. And they don't understand that, and then they fucking attack you for it, and then you blast them back, and all the other fans, these white knights line up, hey, whoa, what are you? She's a good girl.
Oh God, I hate them white knights. A scourge on the internet.
God.
Hey, don't listen to him. What do you think? She's going to fucking end up at your house, knocking on your door? Thank you so much for the help. Please lick my pussy.
Especially when it's like when she's fucking blasting me for I don't even know who she is.
Yeah.
And she's telling me I'm disgusting and I don't care about people. Like, a guy with cancer.
You then.
Really
Fuck
irritating.
her. Had it. Twitter people. God. Happened or not happened.
Right.
But that's what everyone was talking about. When I walked up, I saw Florentine. He was standing there, and he looked at me, and he just shook his head. He shook his head no, and just went, oh. Like it didn't happen.
It did not happen.
Yes.
So walk us through it after you left during the Tony Danza.
Well, I didn't know how long they'd be in
it's all
Howard
good, I'm
Studios,
just
so
saying.
we were hanging outside. I just wanted to, preparedness like a good Boy Scout.
Yes.
I wanted to be prepared. And there was just a lot of standing around and speculating. There was, there wasn't much that could be done until they walked out of the. I wasn't pissed about it though because people tried to make it happen. It wasn't like anybody was a dick about it. It was one of those things where they all just came in separately.
Yeah.
And they all just left separately.
Well, sure.
But
I guarantee they don't hang out anymore.
Who was the first guy to leave?
Kirk Hammett. So as soon as I was
when
standing
you saw
out there,
Kirk though leaving, were you thinking like,
No,
I gotta keep him?
I knew though because when Kirk, it wasn't like when Kirk Hammett walked out. He's walked out with this. He's a big bald guy. I forget his name. He works for them. Who I've seen a million times with them. He's always with Kirk or James. He's got a big goatee. He's a big boy.
We're back.
Hi guys.
After yesterday's program.
Yes, the Metallica.
How great was Tony Dan? I felt really bad not talking to him. He seemed amazing, right?
He was fun. He's a
fun
nice
dude, man.
He's just a
How
nice
would you know?
guy.
You left us.
I know. I had him for a
You left
few.
us.
All day I thought of what interview he liked me in. It probably wasn't even me. It was probably Patton Oswalt. Fucking someone else.
You left us to try to get the Metallica picture.
Yeah, I had to play that one out.
A lot of people don't know what happened.
Even know what happened. Yeah.
Because they might not follow us on Twitter, or maybe they didn't listen to the after show yesterday. We kind of left them hanging on the regular show.
I didn't even address it on Twitter.
When I walked out,
I didn't want to just stand there and look at Howard's studio. So I was standing back a little bit, but I was like looking into the fishbowl. But the reflection,
I
could see the door. So this way I looked like I was casually chatting.
That's not crazy at all.
No.
That's
Jim,
normal
actually,
behavior.
we had left during a break to take a piss or whatever, and Jim was the only one in here. And Sam handed Jimmy some copy, and Jim is reading the commercial. As he's reading the spot, he's scrolling through his phone, waiting for that text to come through.
Have to be there.
Yes. So it was paramount.
I knew this one wasn't
Here. Was there a hustle and a bustle out in the lobby area? It was very crowded. There's something had just happened. It looked like people were talking. And I saw Florentine there, and he was talking with
young Sam Roberts was out there, and Club Soda Kenny and Roland, and everyone was on high alert and very, very nervous.
And from everybody that I had spoken to as I was leaving, the scuttlebutt in the lobby was all about Jimmy Norton.
That's right. They weren't nervous because Metallica was in the building. They were very nervous because they were all trying to get Jimmy's picture with Metallica.
And it had already happened.